anyway, that's an easy swap, and the hardware that it came with was stunning and beautiful, but we ended up changing it just to fit the vibe a little bit more. What is up next? The mirror. This mirror, I'm obsessed with it. I think finding a beautiful antique looking mirror is like one of my favorite things on Amazon. I have let's move on. What else is next? The rug. So we kind of talked about the rug a little bit. I'm not wearing any shoes, which I am very adamant that no one wears shoes in the nursery, and to wear different slippers and things like that. But this rug, the brand is one of my favorite rug brands. We have basically my whole house is Amazon, but all of our rugs basically come from this brand as well. And it is just so incredibly gorgeous the way that it matches this room perfectly. The pinks and the greens, it has a slight pop of blue in it as well, but it is cushy and comfy. And something else that I do a lot, or not a lot, but sometimes I will swaddle my baby on the floor. And so I'll lay out her swaddle or a blanket on the floor. You do tummy time on the floor, and you want something to be comfy underneath them, so you're not always having to bring like some sort of mat in here before you put them down and then swaddle them up. So this rug does come in other sizes. It comes in a round. And then I think there's 3 color options in this actually. Okay, there's tons of sizing options in this. But it truly is so beautiful, so comfortable on the feet. You also don't want something that's not comfy on the feet. Cleans up really nicely when you vacuum, and it's just a 10 out of 10. Love it. Okay, what else do we have up next? I'm gonna look over here in the chat. I see we have a few people who started following along. Hello and welcome. We have a different setup here today because obviously we are in the nursery. Love the wallpaper, beautiful decor. And then we have Mickey, Marsha, and Grateful who started following along. Hello and welcome. And who else is that? And Hannah, hi, thank you for following along. If you're just now following or tuning in, we have a $100 Amazon gift card coming up on this stream. All you have to do is drop a comment in the comment section of this stream, and then I'm going to give you the second half to the instructions here shortly. And then if you're wanting more nursery finds, I have 2 baby boys and then 1 baby girl. So you can always check out my nursery finds on my Amazon storefront, along with a lot of fashion, home, beauty, all the things. Very categorized there for you. Let's talk about the glider because I am so incredibly in love and impressed with this glider. Now, I've had 3 different gliders, all from Amazon. This one, it literally looks like it is a designer glider. If you can see the lattice work in the floral details of the glider, it's absolutely stunning. Now, the glider and ottoman are sold separately. I got them both because I had room for them both, and I just like the look of it. But let me sit in this for you and show you. It comes with a cute little pillow too. It is a rocker or glider, and it swivels, and it's comfy. Like, you can take a nap in here. This is obviously where I spend a lot of time in the nursery. We rock, I nurse her here, I feed her here. It's so cute. And again, talking about the way that the crib is vertical, it gives you more room over in the corners and different areas too. So I don't know, I'm obsessed with it. Like, it's one of my favorite things in here. And it also comes in blue, which is really cute. And if I did not do a pink and green nursery, I would have done a pink and blue nursery for her, but I was blued out. Like, I've had 2 baby boys, so we were done with the blue. Getting a few more chats in here. Kudos to you and your designer. Well done. Thank you so much. Love her nursery. A dream. Thank you, Alexis. And love the pattern of the glider from Hannah. And it's so beautiful, this nursery dream. Thank you so much. That is so kind. I mean, there was a lot of heart and soul and effort put into this nursery, and my husband put together a lot of the things in here as well. And we're just so incredibly pleased with the way that it came out. And again, my friend and designer, Casey, really took my vision and just went at it. And I have Irish twins, so my son just turned 1. So I was pretty focused on him throughout my entire pregnancy. So I was really happy to have Casey, who was able to work with me and really put a lot of thought into all the things that we were purchasing. And that's what we're talking about today. Okay, up next is the acrylic table. I really love this. It gives such a high-end vibe. Now, I also wanted to mention a lot of the things in this room, or if you are ever worried about certain things falling off, which is what I was worried about. I don't have it on this table, but I'm going to put it on here. We were still making some updates after baby girl was here. Museum wax. So I shared museum wax around Christmas, especially if you have little kids who pick up your decor. You can put museum wax on the bottom of your decor, anything breakable, anything like that, if you're worried about that in a nursery, and stick it down and it will not budge. So that is always a really good option. But the acrylic table itself, I think, is absolutely stunning. It has such a beautiful vibe to it, a little just kind of like accent here that doesn't draw. There's obviously a lot of patterns and colors going on here, so we knew we didn't really need something bold in this area. We just wanted something simple and neutral, and that's what this clear acrylic table is. And also, if you're just now tuning in and maybe you're not looking for nursery decor, you just need good home decor finds, like this side table is perfect. You could use this glider like anywhere in a home. Like, I think this would be so beautiful to have two of these in the blue or green, like in a sitting area. Stunning. Anyway, so I just want to mention that because I think we're getting some new viewership here, and yeah. Let's talk about this little framework. I love this. It's so sweet. It just says, "You are my sunshine, my only," or it says, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine," which is a song that my mom always sang to me, and I think it's just so cute and so sweet, and a little tiny accent here. And then also the gold frame is linked on your stream as well, which can be used for multiple rooms and things like that, but it has really nice detailing on it and it's really high quality. So I do love that gold frame. And then obviously I love the insert as well. Okay, let's talk about the curtains, because these curtains, y'all, they look like they are custom made. They look designer and they are not. Now these curtains and drapes, they have the tape trim on the inside, and that's what gives it the custom look. So if you are designing a room, if you're designing a nursery and you add something like this, it just gives it such an elevated look. I love the way that they pinch pleat together. I mean, they are just stunning. And then the height here, obviously you can decide how you want the curtains to go. But we did it a little bit above. We did it on the same line as the top of the paneling here and above the window, which end up making the room look taller. When you put the curtains above the window, it's going to draw the eye up, and I really like the way that it turned out. So, and then the rod, the rings, all the things that go into the curtains is also, of course, Amazon and linked on my storefront and on the nursery build for you. Let me see here. I'm going to just come a little bit closer to tell you how many color options that these come in. They come in 3 different color options. So, and I just the greens in here match perfectly. So I did get a question on the pink color on the wall. It's Charming Pink by Sherwin Williams. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, getting some chats over here. Holland's Nursery is picture perfect. Thank you so much, Deborah. And we have Edith. Congratulations. Thank you, Melissa and Raya. I hope I'm saying that right. So pretty and beautiful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And again, I'm so pleased with how everything turned out. Okay, let's talk about the Roman shades here. So together, these make blackout. The Roman shades have a slight, crack in here. So if that is something with a nursery, that's definitely what you want. Honestly, any room, even if you're sleeping or if you have guests sleeping somewhere, you want blackout because you can raise them up when you want the sun in. These are such beautiful Roman shades. Where is my hook? There is a hook that can go at the bottom, and it's double lined here. So if you raise it up, we took the hook off. I thought we left it on just for the stream to show you guys. There is a hook if you want it. I like it without the hook. I think it looks nicer. You don't need it. But you can see here, they're double lined to make it a blackout curtain. I like them when they're kind of half hung. I think that looks really nice with the drapes. And then again, when you put them both together, you get full blackout, which is awesome. And then a pro tip, if the Roman shades or whatever you want is not full blackout, you can always, and this is what we've done, put foil on your windows and fully black it out, especially if your child has trouble sleeping when there's just a tiny bit of light in there. Now, I believe there is a sale happening on these right now. Yes, they're 31% off. But how beautiful. I mean, the pink and the green, it just like, it came together so perfectly over here. But again, I love the fact that they're both blackout. They'll work whether you're designing a nursery or just designing a normal room too. Okay, I think we got some new viewers here. If you are joining, hello and welcome. Talking about lots of home finds, lots of things, but also if you are interested in entering the gifting, all you have to do is drop a comment in the comment section, and then I'll let you know what part 2 is as well. Okay, I'm going to pull this down just a little bit so the lighting, well, I pulled it down, just so the lighting is a little bit better for you guys to view. And we're going to talk about the chandelier up next. Now, the chandelier was something that so Casey gave me a few options. Now, I had saw this one and I was like, hey, this is kind of what I want to do in this nursery. This is the vibe I'm going for, whimsical. And I had pulled this chandelier as one of my inspo. And she gave me 2 options if I wanted to either go with full gold in this room or draw in some white. And I do think white is really pretty for a nursery. It softens it up a little bit and makes it kind of more baby style. So you could always do that. However, I was really into this chandelier and I loved it. So the chandelier to me just fits the vibe so well. It's got the floral details, the crystal details, and it's gold. I actually had thought about doing a rub and buff on this to make it more of an antique gold. However, when you're doing a lot of different golds in a bedroom, it's inevitable that the golds don't always perfectly line up and match, whether that's a mirror or a hook or your hardware. So it is kind of nice to mix it up because then it all blends very well together. So we ended up leaving this the way that it was, and I absolutely adore it. I think it just ends up being such a whimsical, beautiful vibe. And I don't know, did we link up? Okay, I did not link up your crown, the molding on the top, but it is on my nursery list as well. And so that detail to me was one of my favorite things. Let's pan back up to the ceiling. And when we look at that, like, first of all, it looks like just so custom, and it's not. It's just a piece. It's like, I don't even know. I don't want to say plastic. It's harder than plastic. But then we painted it with the charming pink to match the ceiling. So it ended up just like looking like it was like custom in there. And it's also in, let's go to the corners of the wall at the top of the ceiling. So that is also an Amazon molding up there too, that vintage like Victorian looking molding. That is an Amazon find that we found and absolutely loved. I hope that you guys can see it okay, but what we're looking at is the corner molding at the top of the ceiling. And then what we did in here was do a color drench, and that's just when you drench the whole room in color. Okay, we're gonna pan back over this way, which is where we were, and talk about this lamp. I'm obsessed with this lamp. I think it is one of the prettiest things. If I had not used it in this nursery, I would find a spot for it in my home. It is gorgeous. I'm gonna step away so you guys can see it, but it has that antique gold. It has the petal detailing all the way down, and it just looks, and it is a really high-end lamp. Like, it's just a stunning floor lamp. It's beautiful, it's amazing. I just love it, and it fits so perfectly right there. My other option was to put it over by the by my glider. Goodness, I cannot speak. I have postpartum brain, everybody. But my other option was to put this lamp over by the glider, but I really liked it in this area. I think it just complements really nicely in this corner. And then next up, I believe I'm going to be talking about my dresser. So the dresser, I ended up changing out the hardware. It comes with a really pretty, just like crystal hardware. It's just a small detail. It's not like fully needed to change them out because it's beautiful. But this dresser it's girly and stunning. You can see it has like these bow details on it. Now this dresser also comes in pink. Does it come in green too? I think it might come in green. It comes in pink. Okay, it also comes in pink, and that was something that I originally thought I was gonna want. Like, this also comes in a crib option with the bow details. A pink crib with bows was my original thought. I was like, I want that pink crib and I want the pink dresser. But then obviously when we went into painting the room and coming up with the design, it would just be way too much pink. So, and again, the white kind of softens a look in a nursery to kind of make it a little bit more like baby and more gentle. So I really love the way that it turned out. But again, we did switch out the hardware on, and is the hardware on, yeah, the hardware is on your stream. I'm seeing it now. The hardware is on the stream that we switched it out to. And whether you're designing a nursery or buying a dresser or just like moving into a new home, I will say switching out hardware can make all the difference. My last house, we kind of moved in after they had started designing the home, and we went ahead and added hardware to cabinets, and it just made it so much different, and it can make something look so custom when maybe it's not. But anyway, that's an easy swap, and the hardware that it came with was stunning and beautiful, but we ended up changing it just to fit the vibe a little bit more. What is up next? The mirror. This mirror, I'm obsessed with it. I think finding a beautiful antique looking mirror is like one of my favorite things on Amazon. I have a mirror that kind of looks like this in our bedroom, and I just love it. I think it's like so pretty, and especially like for a little girl's room. I had a similar one actually in one of my boys' rooms as well. But I just love having a mirror. You can get them dressed for the day, show them their outfit, show them what they look like. But I do love having a mirror here, and I think this one just fits so well. We actually had chosen a different mirror before we found this one, but we ended up wanting to do the sconces on either side, which I'm going to talk about here shortly. And I love the way that turned out. We did have before this room became her nursery, there was a frame TV here, but you know, she doesn't really need a frame TV in her nursery, but we got an excellent deal on Prime Day on this frame TV. So that's where it was, but it didn't really fit, obviously, number one, the vibe. Number two, she doesn't need a TV in here. And then number three, I really wanted the sconces on the side as well. So this mirror is on sale. Let's see, what is the sale price? It is 8% off. That's the lowest price that it's been in 30 days, which is nice, which I got it more than 30 days ago, so that's a bummer. Or I guess maybe I could have gotten that price, I don't know. But it is on sale, which is great. Okay, just want to pop into the chat over here and see if we are getting any other questions. Okay, Billy, hello and welcome. Love the molding. Thank you so much. So if you are just now joining, also just wanted to say, if you are entering into the gifting, go ahead and drop a comment in the chat, and then I'm going to give you the second half of the gifting here very shortly, and that will allow you to see or to enter into the gifting, but allows me to see who's actually entering. Okay, we have some knickknacks in here that I wanted to talk about as well. Let me look here just to see on your carousel. We have a few more products to discuss, but I love this little carousel. I think it is absolutely gorgeous and girly. This is beautiful, and it also makes noise. So, oh, I have to wind it up all the way. Sorry. I think this is so sweet, and as long as you're keeping it like out of reach, I think it's fine to have in the nursery, but it's really cute and sweet. And this is something that you could purchase for someone who's expecting a baby girl. And it comes, it comes in so many color options. So baby girl, baby boy, but it's a really cute gift. Anyway, I put that on her dresser because I thought that was like such a beautiful and girly little trinket for her to have in here. Super sweet. Okay, let's see. How many products do we have left on your carousel? I wonder if I can turn it off now that I've turned it on. There we go. Okay, I have 6 more products to talk about. So one of my favorite things in here, whether you're building a nursery or not, is, I think it's mostly called like the magic lamp trick. So what's going on in here is we did not have electrical ran to these 2 sconces. Now these sconces, number one, they're stunning. You can see they have the crystal detail on them. They're gold. They come in other colors, but they also come in a double or a single. I did not have electrical in the wall in this area, so they are not controlled by a light switch or anything like that. What they are controlled by is the bulbs. So these are rechargeable bulbs. And my son loves these because they do change to different colors, but you turn them on and off with a switch. So all you do is click on and then they go on. And they're beautiful and they're awesome and they're amazing, and then you can turn them off. And then as you can see on here, you have the different timer settings, which is really great, especially like if I'm in here and I know I'm gonna be like nursing her for a little bit, and then I want it to kind of like calm down in here and not have the lights on. But they also come, you can do a warm white, like a super white, or you can do, I don't know what the CW stands for, but my son loves these because they also turn different colors. So he loves to come in here and have a little party and change the color of her room, which is really sweet, but that's one of his favorite things. You can make them flash, you can make them do all the things. Now for a nursery, all I like to do is have the warm white for them, but again, they're rechargeable and they are amazing. So this one is out of this one. And you don't even have to really worry about the size. Like honestly, like if I recharge them, I can just drop them in and it fits perfectly. So love, love, love these. Are these on sale right now? Your nursery is so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a little distracted here. Okay, we have Billy who started following along. Your nursery is so beautiful from Kindle customer. Hello, welcome, and thank you very much. But yeah, this is one of my favorite things, the magic lamp trick. No matter if it's in a nursery, we have this also on a lamp in our living room where we don't have electrical too. And sometimes you do have electrical to run, but it just doesn't make sense. Like in my living room where the lamp is, the cord itself like would cause somebody to trip. I have children, so it's like much easier. We just snip the cord on that lamp and put this in there, and that was much, much, much easier. So that's always a great option, and I love it. So your the bulbs are linked here. They're 10% off, and then you have the sconce that's linked. The single is linked. That's also on sale. And then there's a double. This is obviously the double. So you can click in there and check it out. Now, any of these items, you can check out the different options here for you. And next up, we are going to move over to the shelving unit. Now, this shelving unit, one thing that we will be doing is mounting it. Anything I feel like that's like could fall, we will mount. But for right now, it is perfect. It's actually a very great shelf that I have reused multiple times. It's a 5-tier shelf here, and then I have a lot of your the trinkets that you're seeing linked as well. One of my favorite things are these bookends. They're little bows. And again, some of these are what a great option is if you do want to have trinkets around that you think your kids, or once your baby, obviously my baby can't move yet. She is young. She is a month old. So she is not actually pulling anything out. But once they get to a certain age, you either can replace the decor with something that cannot, something that you don't want them to pull off the shelves, or you can use the museum wax and that will keep it steady on your shelf. So just want to give that tip again. Okay, beautiful from Lillian. Thank you so much. Some things here. We have this is like a little jewelry box. It has like rings and a bracelet area. Super beautiful. And it kind of complements the carousel over there. Very gold, very girly. I also love this. This is something that I thought was so beautiful. Just like a little, especially for a little girl, a little jewelry tray. It's like a mirrored tray, and then it has this adorable hairbrush. And this set like looks like it is like such an expensive and like vintage vibe. Little hairbrush and comb set. How cute! I love it. This kind of like always reminds me of like the Titanic when she has like that really fancy brush. And then a little bow. So you can obviously decorate this how you want, but I thought that was really precious for a little girl. And then we also have some other items linked as well for you in my nursery list. Okay. One other thing that I want to talk about is the bow hooks over here. I love these. So every day what we do is set out if she needs to be in something specific. I set it out the day before, whether I'm dressing her or if my husband's coming here to dress her. I want to make sure he knows what she's supposed to wear. Not that we've really gone anywhere yet, but some days if we have a visitor, I might want her to a certain thing. This dress in the shadow box is also Amazon. And I also think we have a visitor coming to see us. My husband has Holland. So if you're new here, that is what her name is. Her name is Holland, and that is who actually lives in this room. Not always, but sometimes she lives in this room. But we have a wheeling, what do you call it? A wheeling bassinet. Y'all, I cannot think today. I have a very postpartum brain where it just kind of goes blank sometimes. But we have a wheeling bassinet, so which is amazing if you are expecting to get one of those, because we wheel her around the house, whether she's in the kitchen with us while we're making dinner, she's in our bedroom, or she's out and about. So she has been in our bedroom. That's where she's been during this stream. And here she is. Can you say hello? Say hi, everybody. This is my room. She has on her adorable little sweat set and a big bow. Also, these bows have been one of my top sellers on Amazon. Everyone is loving the bows. They're stretchy and they don't leave an indentation in her head, which I think is great. Yeah, so this is her room. These are where we set out outfits, which is also really nice to just display anything. Like you can match the vibe in your nursery with the, like you can use your outfits as decor, which is nice. Or again, set out what she needs to wear that day, which is especially helpful if Miles is coming here to get her dressed. So yeah. So thank you for bringing the baby. And she's at the stage right now where she just like sleeps all the time. Like someone was like, oh, how are you doing a live stream with your baby being here? I'm like, oh, well, she's like at the sleepy stage, so which is nice. Okay, I see we're getting some comment. I knew she'd scrum up some comments over here. So precious, thank you, and lots of hearts and beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're gonna talk about how you can enter into the gifting. So if you'd like to enter, all you're gonna do is go to my nursery reel, which I posted last night. And you'll see that there. It's an Amazon nursery reel. You'll see it just looks like this. And if you've already commented, that's great. But what you're going to say is just drop the word live, L-I-V, and that way I know that you've entered. And that way we can come back to, you know what, I'm actually going to change the post that you're going to do it on. It's going to be the second post. So it's actually, excuse me, everybody. I'm so sorry. I'm going to say that one more time. The post where Holland is sitting in her chair and I'm taking a picture of her, that's where you're gonna drop the word live. And I'm only changing it because sometimes if there's a lot of floods of comments, I don't wanna miss your comment. So just drop the word live on the second reel on my page, which is Holland sitting in the chair and I'm instructing her to do a photo shoot.